it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and the jungle survival. Today I'd like to share with you 5 more urban EDC combinations. This is based on my YouTube short series 2x2. And if you've missed those, well, you need to subscribe to the channel to support the channel as well. And if you'd like to help the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description, or you can even join as a channel member. But basically, I'm going to share with you 5 combinations which I think work well together for urban EDC. Starting with this pair over here, the Gerber PRD X and the next 2 mini flagship. Both are mini keychain tools, so pocket friendly, and they're multi-tools, although this has more functions than this, but I think they both complement each other pretty well. Let's have a look at the PRD X first. So this has a craft blade, which I think is always very good to have this sort of utility blade, which is disposable. It protects your main blade from your other tools or your dedicated folders. You can just change that up by pressing down over there. There's also a cap lifter and a nail puller and a pry bar over here. Generally, I do not like pocket-sized dedicated pry bars, but if they're part of a tool like that, I think I'm okay with it. So that's the PRD X. The mini flagship is a pretty nifty tool because it's got both a pair of scissors and a set of pliers as the primary tools. You seldom get that on a keychain tool like that. And of course, you have a whole bunch of different tools within the handles, like this sheep's foot style blade. So in this setup, you do have 2 blades, but I would use this utility blade as the working blade. There are also other drivers, files, Phillips head driver as well. I won't get into every single one. I've done dedicated videos on a lot of these tools, so do check out the description of this video to see those individual videos. All right, let's get to the next pair. Now this is a much larger pair than the previous combination. They're much more robust as tools, and the way I look at it, it's almost like an urban EDC emergency tool. Something you might keep in your pack or your pouch, not necessarily in your pocket. Maybe you might belt carry this, but I see this very good for a bug out type of pouch. And we have a folder over here. This is the Cold Steel Airlite series. This is the American Tonto style blade. It's OS 10A steel, so stainless steel, great for corrosion resistance. Edge retention is not bad. It's easy enough to sharpen as well. And it's also got featuring that triad lock, so it's a really sturdy lock. Now the only thing I would say about this series is when you first feel it, you might feel that it feels a bit thin, especially for the scales, because there are no liners, and that's why that's the Airlite series, because it's quite light. So you may get the initial impression that it's flimsy, but I guarantee you it is not. It's actually very sturdy. Now the other tool is the Leatherman Signal. So this is a very popular multi-tool from Leatherman, really designed for emergencies. So there's a lock which you can unlock over here. You of course get the pliers and the wire cutters, but you also get the other tools on the inside. Of course, you have the blade on the outside, so you can do that for one-hand deployment. Let's close this up properly first, just to make sure it's safe. So you can open that, and there's a liner lock there. But really what makes the Signal unique are the tools inside. For example, over here you do have a knife sharpener which can be removed if you unlock it from the inside, and over here you also have a removable ferro rod to start a fire, and there's also a built-in whistle. And there's also a hammer pommel over here, a cap lifter built into the pommel as well. So overall, very sturdy tool, of course overbuilt in the sense of any Leatherman tool. And of course, because it's for survival, you definitely also need a saw. So emergency, survival, sort of a Leatherman. So together, this pair I think makes for a great urban EDC for a bug out situation. The next combo comes in this very nice pouch. This is the Company Rambler. So it's just a basically simple nylon pouch, but the 2 tools I have inside are the Real Steel Lunar and this Gerber armbar drive. So the Real Steel Lunar is a folder, but it's a slip joint. So that means there's no locking mechanism, but it's got a very nice half stop, or in this case a 3/4 stop, and that's really for safety. This is D2 steel, very slim profile, very lightweight as well, but very elegant. And to pair this, I thought a good utility multi-tool is in order. It's called armbar drive because the main tool is this drive where you have a bit which is double-sided, and you can of course interchange it with any kind of 1/4 inch style bit. There are also multi-tools like a pair of scissors, and there is a main blade, not really so much for one-hand deployment, but it is built in there, and there is a liner lock. So it might be overkill to have two blades in one setup, but take this as your dedicated gentleman's folder, and then you still have quite an elegant multi-tool with you. The fourth combination is all titanium. This is the OITE i5T. It's a AA battery flashlight, and it's really good. Different modes, really can get really bright. And really, OITE is a decent EDC brand. So titanium is heavier than the normal flashlights, but it's very strong. This is a all-in-one, I guess, multi-tool with a pry bar, nail puller, a bit of a kind of an open wrench with a spring, and you have drivers over here. So this is the 4mm driver. It's held together by magnets. Just push that down to disengage it, and then you find on the side there's a hole right here, and that's magnetic, that goes on, and you now have a driver. So I thought this is a very unique tool in the sense, very well made in terms of how it's finished. You also get this cap lift over here. Now this wrench, the way it works is you put it on over the nut or bolt that you need, and then you use your thumb to just press it down just to really hold it in place, or you can clip it this way as well, depending which direction you're going. But overall, a very decent multi-tool. As mentioned, I'm not really into pry bars, but when it's integrated in a tool like that, I think it's pretty good. And the final combination is the Victorinox Alo 2023 Pioneer X and the Leatherman Style PS. Now unfortunately, this one is discontinued. It's actually a really great little tool. It's knifeless. You get the pliers, you have a pair of scissors, and you even have, I believe, tweezers over here. So really nice because there are no tweezers with the Alo Swiss Army knife. Now I do have an aftermarket attachment. I have the link in the description. A lot of people always ask about this. Basically, this is something you buy from a guy who makes it. It's 3D printed. You attach it here, you screw it in, and it can actually hold on to the flat Leatherman drill bits. This is double-sided. So now you have a bit driver within this tool, which is really awesome. And then as my main primary carry, I do have the Alo Pioneer X. This is a 93mm model, so it's more robust, thicker metal, stronger back springs, just really good. And of course, you have the pair of scissors, and you have the two cap lifter, can opener, screwdrivers to boot, and there is an inline awl as well. So together, I think this makes for a great combination, and I carry this a lot as well. I hope you enjoyed this look at 5 different Urban EDC combinations. Which is your favorite combination, or how would you mix them up and pair them differently? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.